Trust God even when life doesn't make sense. You ever have those nights when you give everything you've got, every ounce of your strength, every breath, every prayer, and life still knocks you down? You look up at the sky, and it feels like silence is the only answer you get. You question everything, your path, your pain, your purpose, but that's when faith becomes real. That's when God steps in. Not when things are easy, not when the plan makes sense, but when it doesn't. See, most people only trust God when they're winning, when the scoreboard is in their favor, when the crowd is cheering, when the lights are bright. But that's not faith. Faith is trusting Him when you're losing by 30, when your body aches, when your dream feels like it's slipping away. Faith is when you keep moving even when the path is covered in fog, knowing the destination still exists. Faith in the dark when vision fails. Trust must lead. There comes a moment in every fighter's life when the lights go out, when everything that used to make sense suddenly doesn't. You can't see the next step, the next win, or the next reason to keep going. That's when real faith begins. It's easy to trust when the path is clear, when your plan unfolds perfectly, and when success feels close enough to touch. But faith shows up when the world turns silent, when your dreams start to fade, and when the universe seems to whisper, maybe this isn't for you. Faith isn't a light switch, it's a decision. It's choosing to believe that even when the playbook is empty, God still has a strategy. You might be down by 20 in the fourth quarter of your life, tired, bruised, and wondering if it's even worth the fight. But that's the moment heaven leans forward to see what you'll do. Because faith in the dark isn't about knowing, it's about trusting. You see, God doesn't reveal the whole journey because He knows if you saw every valley, every failure, every betrayal, you'd never start. So He gives you glimpses, little flashes of promise to keep your heart alive while He works in silence. The dark seasons aren't punishment, they're preparation. They teach you to walk not by sight but by belief. When the crowd disappears and the world stops cheering, that's when you find out if you're driven by faith or validation. Because faith doesn't need applause, it only needs purpose. When your back's against the wall, that's where trust becomes your vision. Every step you take in uncertainty is a declaration to the universe, I believe even when I can't see. That's what separates those who dream from those who do. Because it's not talent that keeps you alive when life blindsides you, it's trust. It's the kind of belief that says, I don't know how, but I know who. Faith in the dark is training for destiny. Every unanswered prayer, every closed door, every quiet night, they're not proof that God forgot you. They're evidence that He's building you. Sometimes He'll strip everything away to prove that your power never came from those things, it came from Him. So when the world goes dark, don't panic, stand still, breathe, and whisper, I still trust you. Because those words carry power, they move mountains you can't even see. They summon angels when you feel alone. When vision fails, trust must lead, and when trust leads, light follows. Pain has a purpose, the struggle builds the legend. Everyone wants greatness, but no one wants the grind that creates it. Everyone wants the victory, but not the process that demands blood, sweat, and tears. Pain is not the enemy, it's the architect of champions. Every scar, every setback, every sleepless night builds the strength that no easy day could ever give you. Pain is the most honest teacher. It doesn't flatter you. It doesn't pamper you. It doesn't care about your comfort. Its only goal is transformation. It strips away your excuses and exposes your hunger. That's why you must learn to respect it. When life hurts, that's not a sign that you're failing, it's proof that you're being shaped. The fire you walk through today is the same fire that will make you unbreakable tomorrow. Don't run from it, step into it, embrace the burn, because pressure reveals purpose. Pain forces you to dig deeper than talent, deeper than emotion. It makes you find your why, the thing inside you that refuses to quit. That's where the real legend is forged, not on the stage, not under the lights, but in the silence of suffering. You don't become great by winning easy battles, you become great by surviving impossible ones. Every time life knocks you down, you're being trained for something bigger. Every loss carries a lesson. Every disappointment hides direction. Pain doesn't stop you, it refines you. Think about it, diamonds only exist because of pressure. Gold only shines after it's been burned. The same goes for your soul. Without struggle, your potential stays asleep. Pain wakes it up. It's the universe's way of saying you're ready for more. So when the storm hits, don't cry out, "Why me?" Say, "Try me." Because pain isn't there to destroy you, it's there to reveal the greatness inside you that comfort could never touch. Your legacy is built in the moments that break you. Your story becomes powerful not because of your victories, but because of what you overcame to reach them. Every champion has bled, every dreamer has cried, every warrior has failed, but they kept moving, and that's what turned their pain into purpose. So the next time life tests you, remember, pain is not the end of your story. It's the birthplace of your legend. Destiny demands discipline. God tests the greats. You can pray for greatness all you want, but God won't hand it to you if you're not ready to carry it. Destiny isn't given, it's earned, and it's earned through discipline. Everyone says they want purpose until they realize it comes wrapped in pressure, patience, and pain. Discipline is the bridge between calling and completion. You can have the talent, the dream, and the fire, but if you lack discipline, you'll never see the finish line. God uses the grind to separate those who talk from those who execute. There's no shortcut to divine destiny. You can't skip the process. You can't cheat the test. When you say you trust God, He'll ask for proof, not in words, but in action. He'll let you fail to see if you'll stay faithful. He'll close doors to see if you'll still knock. He'll delay the blessing to see if your commitment outlasts your comfort. That's how God trains His chosen ones. He tests your patience, your focus, your consistency, not because He doubts you, but because He's building something unshakable in you. Every test is a rehearsal for the stage He's preparing. Destiny demands sacrifice. You'll have to walk away from distractions, people, and habits that weaken your focus. You'll have to show up when no one's watching. Work when no one's clapping. Pray when no one's listening. That's what greatness looks like behind the curtain. God doesn't crown the casual. He crowns the committed, the ones who show up not for applause but for purpose. The ones who understand that consistency is worship. When the process feels endless, remember, God isn't delaying, He's developing. He's shaping the mindset that can handle the miracle. Because the truth is, success without discipline destroys more people than failure ever could. So, if you feel tested, stretched, or overlooked, know this: it's not punishment, it's promotion in disguise. God tests the greats because He's preparing them for something greater. Keep your head down. Keep working, keep believing, because when destiny finally arrives, it won't come as a surprise, it'll feel like confirmation. Life doesn't always hand you the answers. Sometimes it gives you storms, silence, and struggle instead. But that's exactly where faith proves its worth. Anyone can believe when the sky is clear. It takes real strength to believe when thunder shakes the ground beneath you. There will be moments when everything inside you screams, "It shouldn't be this hard." You'll question your direction, your calling, even your purpose, but that's where trust steps in, because trusting God isn't about understanding His plan, it's about surrendering to it. It's about saying, even if I don't get it right now, I know there's meaning behind the chaos. When life doesn't make sense, it's not because God abandoned you, it's because He's positioning you. He's setting the stage for something you can't see yet. Every delay, every heartbreak, every painful moment is a divine setup for transformation. You're not being buried, you're being planted, and soon enough, what was once covered in darkness will rise in purpose. Understand this: greatness was never born in comfort. Every hero, Every legend, every dream that ever changed the world was built through confusion, through failure, through seasons that made no sense at all. That's the refining fire. That's the process that turns ordinary people into extraordinary forces. So don't lose heart when things fall apart. Don't quit when life stops making sense, because God never promised clarity. He promised victory. He never said the road would be smooth. He said the destination would be worth it. Keep your faith when you can't find the logic. Keep walking when the road disappears. Keep believing when your emotions betray you, because one day you'll look back at the chaos and realize every piece of it was necessary. Every challenge was a step. Every pain was a teacher, and you'll understand that trusting God was never about seeing the whole picture. It was about knowing that even when everything around you looked like a mess, He was still painting a masterpiece. So stand firm, breathe deep, trust Him, even when life doesn't make sense, especially then, because that's when God writes the greatest stories.